You need some real stamina if you're still following this Ihsas Khan saga. It's back in the courts again. It actually started at the beginning of this week. Today's Thursday, the 28th, and as you can see there, it's still going on. Those that aren't familiar with it, because it happened a long time ago, people fading from people's memory even. This was the stabbing in Minto with the cameras at the salon and the fake blood everywhere and cars moving about. And later on in one of the trials, you can see the fake taser as it's going duck, duck, duck. And sometimes it's affecting him, sometimes it's not. You know, the whole thing was just faked, and it was to bring in the indefinite detention laws. And it happened on the 10th of September, and then by that next week, it was already in law. You know, before the trial even began, and anyone had looked at it. So it was staged for that particular law. Each of these events is staged for laws. Obviously, the recent one in New Zealand is for gun laws and more surveillance and a few other things they got going attached to that one. But this one was the indefinite detention for terror suspects or whatever in New South Wales, and then it gets put around Australia. Of course, they all adopt it, and that was like it's coming up to 3 years. So you know, if you're still following it now, it started off in the courts at Parramatta Local Court, and I went to one or two of those hearings, and they kept saying they were waiting on mental health reports, and the brief wasn't done, and just delay, and then it went to then the AFP, the federal police got involved, and they had a federal prosecutor take it over, and then they moved to the Supreme Court. Looked like it was going to go down to mental health, because only the Supreme Court can make mental health decisions legally. And then it's been there, although it does bounce back from the Sydney courts over to the Parramatta courts, and his Bellew guy's had it the whole time. And even one of the first ones I went to back when I was right into this, and he said that there was a flood and all the evidence was gone, and to resubmit it. Anyway, I think where this is going to go, they could have got a terror conviction if they were going to go, a pretend conviction, and splash that on the news, terrorist, whatever the site they had going, they could have done that already, and they had ample opportunity to do the mental health angle. They could easily have just gotten that over the line, but it looks like they're not going down that path. What they can do in New South Wales is if a case is abandoned 3 times, they can then withdraw the charges and just not prosecute anymore. So the prosecutor can just not prosecute the case anymore. And I think that's what they're going to do. If you go to UK Critical Thinker, he did a video on where are they now and how all these supposed, these people that are central to, they're on our news, they're terrorists, and they bring in nation-changing laws, and then once all the laws are changed, the media drops off and these people just disappear into obscurity. You never, either still pending or you don't hear about them ever again, yet they cause nation-changing laws. I think that's what they're going to do with Ihsas Khan. Just have a look at the bottom down here. There is this other Ihsas Khan. Now, I don't know whether it's the same Ihsas Khan, because Waverley's over near the jail that he's staying at, so whether it's the same Ihsas Khan and he's, committed something in prison and they're going after him for that as well. But look, you're not going to hear about it on mainstream media. The last person that was reporting on it was Margaret, and she reported on it in earlier this month when the jury couldn't come to a decision, no verdict. So she's only a reporter for local papers. There he is. Guy, his fingers grew back. They were chopped off. So yeah, she talks about it, but these are only in the local community newspapers. They get spread around. So this one's the Islander. Must be up in Queensland somewhere. But look, 9 News, that, what was her name? I forget her name. One of their reporters, only one. This is Australia's 9/11, by the way, according to Malcolm Turnbull, the Prime Minister at the time. They last reported on it in February. And ABC News Australia, they last reported on it last year. So many times it's been in the court. 7 News, there's his back to last year as well, 2018. So none of the mainstream media are reporting on it, which I think is the way they're going, is just letting it fade into obscurity. The media have been told, look, don't turn up. Margaret looks like it's been told, enough of your shenanigans, Margaret. We don't, no verdicts. So Margaret's been told, don't go down and chase this one up. So I think they're just going to abort the trial and not prosecute it further. That's what I think they're going with this. But look, I'll get down there tomorrow. I've got a day tomorrow I can get down there. That's the 29th. And if there's anything to report, I'll report. So I think this one's going to fade into obscurity in the same way the ones that UK Critical Thinkers talked about, all those big terrorists that just, thrust at us and come on, panic, terror, we need the laws. All those people just disappear. All right, that's it for this one.